Are you considering to move out of California? If so, you're not alone. Stick around. I'm going to show you why people are leaving out of California and where are they going. Hi, my name is Vince. At the end of this video, you're going to have all my contact information in the event you want to reach out to me for questions on this video or anything else. So let's go ahead and get started. Why are people leaving California? On this video, I'm going to show you the top 3 reasons why they're leaving, and then I'm going to show you 10 of the top states where they're going and what makes those states more attractive. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, why people are leaving California: home ownership affordability. The average price in California for a home in 2025 was $750,000. That's well above the national average. In order to afford that, you have to have a household income of approximately $200,000. And unfortunately, in California, the household income is average household income is approximately, depending on where you look, about $100,000 to $130,000. So it just simply doesn't make sense. Number 2, high taxes and regulations. We have the highest, by far, gas tax in the United States. We here in California drive a lot, so that hurts our pockets deeply. And then regulations, unfortunately, for companies to run their business here in California, they're making it harder and harder. So many companies are just packing up and going to other states that are more profitable for them. And then number 3, quality of life, high crime rates and homeless issues. California has a significant issue with that. And people are just simply looking for a safer and cleaner place to live. So like I said, I'm gonna show you where are Californians moving to. Again, these are top 10 of the top states where they're going in no particular order. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, Idaho. As you can see here, Idaho in 2025 had a population increase of approximately 30,000 people. And as you can see here in 2025, California had a decrease of approximately 229,000 people. What makes Idaho attractive to people? Affordable housing, safer and less crowded environments, and then the 4 seasons. If you have not lived in a place that has the 4 seasons and you're used to California, don't get me wrong, I love California weather. You cannot beat it. But if you do get the chance to experience a state with the 4 seasons, it's absolutely beautiful. My wife and I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, and Columbus, Ohio for many years. And in Columbus, Ohio, truly, you get the 4 seasons, and it's really nice to experience a true spring, summer, and fall. And then we always have a white Christmas. So if you get to experience that, I would highly recommend it. It's really nice. Number 2 here, we have North Dakota. North Dakota, as you can see here, they had a population increase, not much, of only about 3,000 people compared to our decrease of 229,000. But what makes North Dakota attractive? A robust job market. Their unemployment hovers right around 2.3%, where we here in California, we're right around 5.5% to 6%. They have affordable housing. They are 30% lower than the national average. So think about this. The national average already is much lower than California. They are 30% even lower than that. So you can imagine how affordable their housing is there. And then they just have simply a better quality of life there, safe communities, top education, and short commutes. One thing I do want to point out, if you are considering North Dakota, I'm sure you know this, but it doesn't hurt to point it out. On average, through November to March, you're going to have snow during the whole time. And then their temperatures decrease to approximately -15 to -25. That is downright cold. So if you are going to consider there, you may want to visit there during that time frame before you go. We're going to move on now to number 3, Michigan. Michigan, as you can see here, they had an increase of 28,000 people. And what makes Michigan attractive to people? Affordable housing. They're actually 10% lower than the national average. They have a natural beauty there. They have over 11,000 inland lakes. Thus, they got the nickname the Great Lake State. Say that 10 times fast. My wife and I are boat people. We love going out on the lake, so that is very attractive to us. And then lastly, they just simply have a safer environment. One thing I do want to point out, even though Michigan did lose to Ohio State last year, it's still a good place to visit. North Carolina comes in at number 4, and as you can see here, they had a population increase of approximately 84,000 people in 2025. And what makes North Carolina attractive to people? Number one, they want to return to family. It seems like a lot of people come from the East Coast, from the South there, and they just want to come back and be close to family. Employment opportunity there, and then retirement. No tax on Social Security, low property taxes, and a mild climate. You can't beat that. Next, we have number 5, their neighbor, South Carolina. South Carolina affordable housing, they are 13% below the national average. Employment opportunities there, Boeing and Volvo have their headquarters there, and then they just simply have really mild climate and nice beaches. They're very well known for their beaches. So coming in at number 6, let's get down to Florida. Florida, they had a population increase of about 22,000, 23,000 in 2025. And then they have no state income tax, which is very attractive to people. They have a climate, a nice climate on average, around 267 sunny days a year. That's why they got the nickname the Sunshine State. And then employment opportunities there as well. And then we're going to move on now to number 7. Number 7 is Tennessee. I remember going to Tennessee as I was a kid. And I do remember it was very, very beautiful. There are a lot of greenery there. They had a 64,000 increase in their population in 2025. They also have no state income tax. Employment opportunity runs very well there. And then they also have natural beauty. Like I said, I do remember that from when I was a kid. Number 8, Oklahoma. Oklahoma actually increased 28,000 people in 2025, approximately. And then they have a low cost of living. They are actually known as one of the lowest cost of living states in the United States. And then they also have a good employment opportunities there. Family-friendly lifestyle. They're slower, safer, and more connected pace of life. Some people just like that slower pace. Here in California, we're go, go, go. It's a rat race. But if you're looking to get away and have a slower pace of life, Oklahoma might be something that you want to look into. Number 9, Texas. Texas had an increase of over 67,000 people in 2025, again, versus California's decrease of about 230,000 people. Employment opportunity is very strong in Texas. They have a low cost of living, again, one of the lowest in the U.S. as well. And then they just simply have a better quality of life there. Number 10, Arizona, our neighbor. They had an increase of over 30,000 people in 2025. They have the top 3 reasons why people are going there: affordable housing. And although Arizona is higher than the national average, when you compare house prices in Arizona to California, they're anywhere from 40 to 50% lower. So definitely more affordable housing in Arizona versus California. They also have good employment opportunity. And then the climate, they have over, on average, 300 sunny days per year. So you can see there that's why that's very attractive to people. And I want to point out, as I have pointed out to North Dakota, the cold weather in Arizona, you want to be ready for the heat, because on average, the summer temperatures can range anywhere from about 104 to 106. That is extremely hot. And you will see a lot of umbrellas in Arizona, and it's not because of the rain. So there you go. There are the top reasons why people are leaving out of California and where they're going, and why those other states are so much more attractive than California. So one thing I did want to point out to you guys, I did want to give you the top 3 details to consider if you are going to be moving out of state. These are very important to pay attention to. Number 1, tax residency and legal ties. You want to make sure that you sever ties here from California before you leave. And this is for tax purposes. You do not want any surprises a year after you move and you get some sort of a tax bill. You want to make sure that you completely sever ties. I have here listed a few items that you need to make sure you take care of. I am by no means a tax attorney. You definitely want to check with one before you go, but this will at least make you aware of it. Number 2, research cost of living. This seems elementary, but I want to make sure that you do it. You want to research house prices, taxes, and simply cost of living as well. And then number 3, research the weather. As I had mentioned before, it could be very, very cold in some areas or very, very hot. You want to make sure if you're considering one of these areas, another state, check the weather there. If it's extreme versus California, you want to make sure that you go there and maybe go there on a little vacation and experience it during the extreme weather months of that particular state, so you have an idea of what you would be dealing with. Also, if you are considering moving out of state and buying a house in another state, and the sale of your home in California will fund the purchase of your home out of state, you want to make sure that you have a realtor that has experience managing this transaction. So I put here the top 5 things you want to make sure that your realtor is doing if you are in this position. So number 1, communicate with the other realtor. Your realtor here in California is going to be managing your escrow. They're going to know all the dates, all the details. You want to make sure that they are just aware of all the information out of state with that escrow, because they want to make sure that those dates are all running concurrently. Number 2, your California home sale contingent on the closing of your out-of-state home. But more importantly, the purchase of your out-of-state home will be contingent on the closing of your California home. And I mean closing. I don't mean getting into contract or going into escrow, anything like that. I mean closing. While the money's in the bank, it's for sure sold, and that way you have the money in the bank to purchase the next home. You never want to be in the position where you are, for some reason, God forbid, you're signed up to buy your home out of state and you get a surprise that the buyer here, believe me, I've seen crazy things, that the buyer backs out the last minute. Now you can't sell your house here and you're forced to buy your house out of state. You do not want to be in that position. So make sure that you have these contingencies in place. Number 3, your realtor should be providing you with a timeline with the key dates in California and out of state. Like I said, those escrows are going to run concurrently. So you want to make sure you're very well aware of the dates going on here and how they compare to the dates in out of state, especially when it comes to inspections and contingency releases. And then number 4, ensure your new home closes a minimum of 2 days after your California home. Why? When you close in California and it's all done, the money goes in the bank, the escrow here does not wire the money immediately that same day to your escrow in out of state. It doesn't work that way. They will wire the funds over approximately 1 to 2 days later. And then keep in mind, if you have a weekend there, that's going to be extra days there. So you want to get a minimum of 2 days. And if a weekend's coming up, if you close on a Friday, I would request 4 days just to make sure. And then number 5, negotiate close plus. What that means is, like I had mentioned earlier, when you close on your property, that property is going to be recorded in the name of the buyer. It's no longer your home. You want to make sure that you negotiate from the beginning. I would even mention this on your listing, on all the marketing information, so it's clear to all buyers, potential buyers, that you are going to need close plus. I would try and get 5 days. That way you can close. You take 1 or 2 days for this escrow to wire the money over out of state and then close on that property. And then it's going to give you a couple days here to get the final stuff out of your home, any moving miscellaneous items that may come up. So it just gives you, so you're not rushed, it gives you some time to move out of state. So keep in mind, those days that you negotiate, close plus, let's just say 5, those are including weekend days. So you want to make sure that you're aware of that. And the buyer may try and negotiate that if they do give you those 5 days, they will charge you for them. I would, from the beginning, try and negotiate that those are closed plus 5 days at no charge. It will really depend on how bad they want your home, whether they're going to allow you to do it for free or not, or how the market is. So just at least try and negotiate that for free. And then lastly, like I said, all my contact information was going to be here at the very end of this video. Here it is. We have 100% 5-star reviews on all of our reviews. We are very proud of that. We work hard to get those reviews to 5 stars. So if you have any questions for me, you can always feel free to reach out to me here. And then I just wanted to simply say thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions for me, reach out to me anytime. I'm always available for a call, and I always answer my phone. So again, thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.